Downtown Hanford in Central Valley, California, is the heart of a vibrant city with a rich history and a close-knit community. Downtown is the treasured center of Hanford with over 350 unique businesses and featuring the most iconic structures and buildings throughout the city. With one-of-a-kind restaurants and shops, it's a place where the people frequently come together. It's the center of family outings and community gatherings. But now, if you explore the downtown area, you'll find it's mostly empty. The shops are closed, and the once popular restaurants now only offer food for carryout. While the onset of the coronavirus has impacted every life on the planet, none have felt the economic impact more so than the small business entrepreneur.
I'm Luciana Johnston, and I own Sojourn Yoga in downtown Hanford. My business started probably, if I want to go all the way back, it's when I had a baby, and I was teaching massage and teaching yoga at the rec department, and I sort of decided to commit to self-employment so that I could have flexibility for my son. And at that time I branded Sojourn, and I started building my business, and then it just grew. I expanded into this area, and I do yoga teacher training. So I certify people to be yoga teachers. We have classes. And then I also have Studio One, which is now in my original studio, where I sublease to individual yoga businesses, and they also offer classes. And I think that's the gist of it. When I think about what do I like the most about doing this, I guess the first thing that goes to my mind is teaching weekly classes, but there's so many facets to the business that I love. But just teaching yoga, it has such an impact on your quality of life and your wellness. I think everybody needs yoga because it's awesome. And it makes you peaceful and calm, and it makes you healthier because you're more peaceful and calm. I love seeing when people walk in and you can tell they're stressed and you can tell they're rushed and frazzled and tired, but they came anyway. And when they walk out, they look peaceful. They are relaxed. They're saying, thank you so much. I feel so much better. And I guess that's what I love the most. I love having my business in this small town. There is, and now more so than ever, a wonderful downtown community in Hanford. And it's beautiful. And we have all kinds of things always going on. And there is a really cool vibe about being down here. The Fox Theater is right there, and Lush, and there's a lot of life and vitality in that. And so being right in the middle of it just feels good. It feels like a great connection to the community. And I love downtown. It's got so much character. And I also think that you find your entrepreneurs downtown. You know, you find a lot of the small businesses that are people that had an idea and they got inspired and they took a leap of faith and they're trying their hardest to make that work. So everybody's kind of hustling and doing their thing, and that vibe is really cool, and I like being in it.
When the coronavirus first emerged, the world watched and assumed the outbreak was contained in China. But sometime in January, the coronavirus first found its way into the United States. However, most Americans dismissed even the possibility of an outbreak in their own country.
I wasn't worried. I felt like it wasn't that big of a deal. I thought I was kind of thinking it was gonna sort of stay away. I thought it would be, as I touch my face, I thought it would be something that we heard about in the media, and I knew it was getting really blown up. And I was sort of just thinking I could keep going to the gym and I could keep having classes and we would just take precautions, and we always do anyway. I started seeing what was going on in states that are a couple states away, or places that are farther away, and I started just to think oh my gosh, this is inevitable. This is gonna come to us. It's not if, it's when. So I sort of started throwing it around in my mind, but also was a little bit in denial. No, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna smaller classes, no props, this and that. And then I was sitting at home and I woke up and I checked my email, and the first thing I got was from Yoga Alliance, the people that license me as a registered yoga school, who allows me to be a school where people get certified and who accredits me as a teacher, said, it's time to stop having in-person classes. And then the next email I got later that day was from the California Massage Therapy Council, and they said, you have to stop doing hands-on work. So yoga classes are shut down and massage is shut down. Okay, well maybe I can still do personal training. And then that next day was when he said, you know, the gyms need to close. And I was like, okay then. And I just started making plans for doing live streaming. For me, it's too heavy of a decision to make. Like, should I stay open or should I not? I'm not an expert on infectious disease. But I do have a public place where people gather. So I feel like it's my responsibility to listen to the experts and do what they're saying to do. Because I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. The alternative is to freak out, be sad and depressed, and be angry, and fight it, and be part of the problem. And I'm not that person. I'm not going to be angry and sad and depressed about this. I'm going to be calm and embrace the opportunity to connect with my community in a new way. And who knows, there could be so many blessings from this thing that I'm doing that I've never done before. And that is connecting with people via live stream, because that's all we can do right now. And I'm guessing today might even be the last day that I can do it from here. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna end up having to do it from my house, which is different, and I'm embracing it. I'm just gonna stay calm and do the best I can to keep providing people with yoga. Right now I'm offering it for free, so there's no income coming in, and that's a reality. And I also just wanna like ease the stress and panic a little bit by just going, here, it's there for you, just do it. You know, like it's on my page, it's free, and just do it. As far as business goes, people are tuning into the page. People are doing the classes. People are commenting on the classes when I'm teaching them. I am learning how to do that. I haven't done that very many times. I watched it back and I was like, okay, we need to make a couple adjustments here. It's hard, you know, it's really hard for people that are self-employed, and they were already sort of like trying to make it work and just barely getting by, and then something like this comes along and it could be devastating. So I think that the vibe is very stressed and afraid. Am I afraid? I'm not living in a state of fear, but fear does come up, obviously. Like there's moments when I'm doing my dishes and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, my studio is closed right now. You know, and then when that comes up, you just go, okay, here it is, feel it, and then let it go, move on, readjust, you know, like go back to like, okay, what can I do? What am I doing? I'm here, I'm home. Geez, I'm stuck at home with my son. That's not bad. There's some silver linings there, you know? I'm seeing him more than ever, and he's home and we're together, and he's probably we're gonna do workouts together, and we're gonna just make the best of it. The things I have seen when it comes to the panic over having enough stuff and, you know, like planning for like a year's worth of having to have like really excessive bathroom habits is unnecessary. I talked to someone that didn't even know why she was buying toilet paper. She just was at a store and all of a sudden realized everyone was panicking and looked around and saw that everyone had toilet paper in their shopping cart. And she looked at her friend and she goes, it's the coronavirus. We better get some toilet paper. And I said, why? Just tell me why. Why did you go right to toilet paper? And she goes, I don't know. So I think that's panic and anxiety and fear, and yes, it's serious, but calm down. If the fear comes up, yoga teaches you to feel it and then let it go. You don't hang on to it, you don't sit in it, you don't push it down, you just experience it. You feel it and then you let it go. Yoga calms you down. It's not about anything but that. Yoga makes you a better person because you're calmer. And while you might have those moments come up where you just feel afraid or you feel sad or whatever, you know how to let that feeling move through you. And I think what most people do, and what we all have done, until we learn how to do that with yoga is we just kind of push it down. And the problem right now with people being stuck at home is that we usually push it down with work, staying busy, going out, doing stuff, and we can't do that now. And I want to stay connected to my community. I miss them. I see these people every day. Like, they're really part of my life. I look forward to seeing them. We love practicing together. And I almost started crying the first time I did a live stream because it was like, oh my God, I miss them. And then they were popping on and I was like, oh, there's so-and-so. And I just realized like, oh my gosh, like I took for granted a little bit how much like they mean to me and how great of a part of my day that is. I still don't know how this is going to transition monetarily. Like if this goes on for a long time and I do subscriptions, I don't know if people are going to buy them. But I do have that potential, which is better than some people that don't. I feel for people that have retail stores. If you want to support those businesses that don't have any other way to transition their business right now, it's great ideas like buying gift certificates or like my gym that I go to. I'm not planning on canceling my membership while this is happening. I'm going to keep paying my dues. And that's something people can do if they have a membership somewhere. People have memberships here, and I'm compensating them in another way to make up for the lost time. But it helps a lot if they just pay their dues, and if people that have retail go on their website, buy a gift certificate, give them some love on social media, anything you can do to support these businesses that don't have a transition mode where they can't take their business online. It's either they're there, like massage therapists. That is a perfect example. I used to support myself 100% with massage. And if this happened when I was doing massages, it would have been devastating financially because you have to actually work on someone to get paid. So if you're a client of a massage therapist right now, buy a couple gift certificates from them. Things like this that affect everybody and that redirect you like this, I think there's opportunities. And look for the opportunities to grow, look for the opportunities to make some changes that maybe you were thinking about making, but you were too afraid, and now you probably don't have a choice and you have to make them. I believe that it's gonna pass, and I think that things will recover, and we're all gonna be okay. And whatever changes take place as a result of this, at some point, I believe that we can look back and go, it worked for me, it was okay, I made it through that. We're gonna be stronger. Maybe we'll have more gratitude and more reverence after this. Maybe we can cherish our community more. Maybe we can cherish each other more. Even though I'm closed, I'm still here. I'm still Sojourn, I'm still doing what I do, and I'm not going anywhere. And even if they say you can't leave your house, I'm still doing this. I'm still live streaming from my house. So that's all that we can do.
Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, the road ahead will be a challenging one. While we can't control the situation we find ourselves faced with, we can certainly control our response to it. We can despair and fill our waking hours with worry and fear, or we can have hope and do everything in our power to press on. It's certainly okay to be afraid, but it's not in our best interest to make a companion out of fear. Perhaps fear is best left as a passing acquaintance, and hope a beloved member of the family. This season can be filled with dread, or it can be an opportunity to try something different. A chance to spend some more time with the people we love most. Perhaps to begin something creative we've been putting off for years. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a good time to try a little bit of yoga.